Actually, we're gonna skip that track. There we go. How is everybody? We're doing a different thing tonight. Can you all hear me okay? This is the new mic, by the way. This is the one that was funded by the channel, by you all. So I'm gonna switch to my workbench view here in just a second, showing off the C64s. The plan last time was I was gonna go through, I have 3 Commodore 64s, and I have a particular project I want to do, and turn one of them into like a brighter, happier, fun C64. Don't worry, I'm keeping 2 original, but one had a broken case anyway, so I decided to stick that. I'm going to stick one of them in a VIC-20 case, which is a white case, and then I have these keys. I've talked about this many times, but I'm going to do pink and white keys. I just have a custom one that I like. That's all for me. Because I have 3, I want to see which one's in the best working order. And last time we got to the point, after a bunch of distraction, to where I was about to pop the cases open on some and just make sure the insides looked okay before powering them up. Here, let me switch to the screen. Got some chill music going tonight on the playlist. Should have a top-down view here. Yep, so there's the two C64s. And over here is the new brick. This is the safe power supply, because the old Commodore 64s, the power supplies over time get into a state where all of a sudden they're going to send like the wrong power level to the machine, and they can literally destroy the machine. So we will not be using the original power supply. I'm also on YouTube. I will just say it's a beverage. Cheers, everybody. So this one we had taken all the screws out of last time. I literally just left it here on the bench because I was getting ready for the Vintage Computer Festival, and we were having a problem with it being kind of stuck on the back, like it's opening on the front like it should, but there's clips in the back that over time just get really well stuck there. So if I can't pop it without breaking it, I brought my hair dryer down here to heat up the back, because that's how you get in it if it's not letting go hopefully without breaking the plastic. Yeah, it's still not wanting to release. If I go much more, it's gonna snap. So, should we fire up my hairdryer and see if I blow a fuse? Because that might happen. I have it on my chair here. By the way, Retro Alcove hoodies are now out on the shop, the merch store. If you need a hoodie or a 15-ounce coffee mug with the Retro Alcove logo. So this is my Not Doctor hair dryer, which is like a perfect little device too for doing this kind of thing when you need to heat something up. Did I see the Paul Allen Computer Museum walkthrough? I don't think I have. A bunch of people who are at the Vintage Computer Festival have been putting out walkthrough videos, and that's my latest YouTube video, is me talking about all the stories of meeting other YouTubers there, and then doing the actual walkthrough as if, you know, you were there with me. You get to kind of see everything. I'm gonna slide over here for a second and plug this in. I have a power center here. So multiple layers of potential popping of protection so I don't blow an important thing. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, it's plugged in. I don't know if the mic's gonna pick this up. Let's see. Probably only when I talk. All right, let's see. Come on, pop. Don't want to break it. Not a good sound. It is so stuck on there. Oop, maybe. The right side let go, but the left side. I think I got it, and I don't think it broke. They are all intact. So that worked. 1, 2. Ooh, it is warm. And 3. None of them broke. You did it. You dreamt of owning a C64. A suggestion, if you want to grab one, is go to shopgoodwill.com. They're always on there for bidding, and you can get one for about $160, $170 probably, which I think is fair. You might have to fix it though. Yeah, nothing fried. Now I have to get the keyboard unhooked without pulling too hard. Without hurting my nails that just got done today. This is the hazard of doing retro computing with the nails that I like to wear. Okay, keyboard off, and power LED. Gotta remember the red on top when I put this back on. That was plugged in right here. Alright, so keyboard is free. This one, by the way, I don't know if you can see. See if it'll zoom in. Look at. I don't know what caused that, but in storage, something degraded the plastic. Like it got sprayed with something. So that's not good. But this isn't the one I'm gonna convert, I don't think. That's it right here. I like that keyboard though because it's got the gray function keys. The gray function keys are always my favorite. I don't like the tan ones as much. There's the shield. Alright, so what do we have? It is 1983, of course. Assembly number 25047 on the board. On the back, the serial number P018666290. Okay, the fuse is intact right there. The battery here does not have any corrosion. There's quite a few chips and sockets already. So I could take this all the way off to look underneath and see if people had been working on this one. But this one, based on just seeing this, I think it's safe to go ahead and power it up. And I do have I have a AV to HDMI video converter ready to go here, so let me put that in. Actually, maybe I'll just power it on first, make sure nothing pops, and then we'll do that. So, the new brick is plugged in. The new brick has a nice little light and everything there too. Okay. So, power. Plug in the video. Right? Yes. Okay, there we go. Right, let me see if the Elgato's... Oh, no, I have to plug it in on my computer, on my stream machine. Yeah, let's not see that. Like, dip my pigtail in there. Alright, I'll be right back. I got to plug the video feed into the Elgato so we can see both. Give me one sec. Okay. Let's see what happens. Any video? Oh, hold on. Gotta turn the new brick back on first. Maybe. This one's in great shape. Beautiful. Alright, so this one seems good. I do have a test cartridge. If I can find it. Yeah, we can let do its thing. Here, an outfit is on point as per usual. Thank you, Lady Starlord. Like the ribbons. I have little barrettes holding my hair up in the back too. There's hearts on them. Here's the dead test. Here, let me go back to the... Look at this. This is cute. Lay down, hold on. It came with a sticker on it. C64 dead test cartridge. So I'm gonna put it in, and what we'll do is power this off while I do this. I want to let the dead test cartridge run. Get in there. It's really stiff. Okay. I do have deoxide spray. I might need to spray some of that in there. Alright, so we're gonna let this run through. It was finishing up the RAM test, I think. But no errors yet, that's good. I just want to let this go. We'll see what happens. I'm just testing this one, Millsy. I have 3, and the plan is to use whichever one is working the best. I'm going to replace the keys with these fuchsia colored and white colored keys. And it's going to go in a VIC-20 case, which is a white case. So it's going to be like just a happier, brighter looking C64. I've always wanted to customize one. So that's what I'm doing. And I was curious on how well all 3 of these are doing. So, because this one I literally have never turned on. This was one I acquired through Shop Goodwill. and it's been sitting in a box, and I finally got it out, successfully got it open without breaking the tabs because it was sitting there for so long. Maybe it's the coronal mass ejection. Did you all hear about that? There was a massive CME burst headed towards Earth. That was gonna hit last night and tonight, I think. If you're in the northern hemisphere, you have a chance of seeing northern lights between the hours of 1 a.m. and 6 a.m. or something like that. One of the YouTuber retro YouTuber friends I've made is Adrian from Adrian's Digital Basement. He always takes these RF shields off because they're kind of annoying and they just degrade over time, and they're really meant for when you're using the TV output only, and I've got an adapter to go to the RCA plugs, so I don't need it. Yeah, it's just looping and doing the dead test, no problem, so we're good. Alright, gonna shut it off. Unplug everything. And then we're gonna test the other one. And then I'm gonna bring back the one that I had completely taken out of the case and put in the VIC-20 case, and we're gonna power that one up and see if it passes the dead test, because that's the one I think I'm gonna use. But I have not run a dead test on it yet. I wish there was a better case for this. But this dead test is working well. I'm happy about that. Alright, let me shut off the Elgato. There. Let's put this over here. By the way, I wanted to show... I brought over a couple of the things I brought home from the Vintage Computer Festival that I didn't show during my video on YouTube. And thank you for the follow. So one of the things I got was this, someone just handed this to me. Because they came up to my my exhibit, and I was, I had my Pentium 200 machine and my 486 DX250 doing Wing Commander 1, 2, and then 3 and 4. And they're like, you could maybe use this more than I would. And they handed me a TNT 2 Fanta video card. So that's really cool. An Asus. I assume it works. So I'm gonna probably use this in one of my builds. I have a couple 486 machines that I bought in the Vintage Computer Festival Midwest 2023 that I haven't even done anything with yet. So that's what I'll probably use that for. And then I was going to show you these were things I bought from my neighbors who were selling a bunch of stuff. So I have Intel Pentium chip. I am gonna have to plug in the numbers to see what each of these are. Another Intel Pentium. Another 486 DX. This one, let me see if I can read that. I gotta close my far-seeing eye so I can see up close. It is a 486 DX 33 megahertz, so that's awesome. And some of the pins were bent on these, but I already bent them back. And then we have another Intel Pentium that needs to be cleaned up. And I think this one is another 46, yeah. This one is another 33. So that was kind of nice. They gave me a good price on them. And then I have a bunch of Award BIOS chips, which always come in handy. So welcome. I love this music track. I did one of my racing Star Citizen videos with it. I think I'll put it back together off camera later because I want to get into this one. So where can I safely stash this? Actually, I'm gonna go put it, there's like a bin back here, I'm gonna put it on. Hopefully this does not have any spiders in it right now because I just carried it. This is a case I just wanted to show you that I got from the Vintage Computer Festival for $10. I do not have a 386 build, so it is a 386 SX16 according to the case, but I'm gonna build this one out at some point. There is, yeah, it is just the case, so, but I think I already have one 386 motherboard. I don't know. If not, I do kind of want it to be a 386, so if not, I'll find a good one. There is a power supply in here too that I can check out and make sure it's delivering the right power. At some point, this one will get new life, so that'll be fun. I do see some cobwebs in there. I'll be right back. Alright, should we open another C64 and run a test on it? Hey, Notable Joe. 47 months. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It's a long time to support the channel. Alright, this one I don't think we haven't removed any of the screws yet. So, very gently set it on the keyboard. Have any of you been watching the Lord of the Rings TV series? I just finished it, the latest season. Some of it was good, some of it was annoying, but I enjoyed it for the most part. I'm just glad they're producing some new content for it. But I do wish more original stories, science fiction and fantasy type things would be made instead of rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. It's like freaking Hollywood studios are too afraid to give new authors and new series a chance. And it's kind of annoying. Alright, those are out. Let's flip it over. Oh. Usually read off the serial number. This one, serial number is P01611659. So, do I have to get the hairdryer out again? Trying to be very careful. What was the show spun off the Golden Compass? Was that the one with the... Okay, that was bad. That might have cracked. I lifted it too high. Let's see. No? That sounded horrible. I don't know if you all heard that, but somehow it's okay. Ooh. Oh crap. This one's got rust on the shields. This one is gonna need work. Alright, hold on, let me move some stuff so you can see. Alright, get the keyboard off. You can see the mess already in there. I might need gloves for this one, this is gross. The keyboard has a white plug instead of a red one. And I do believe whoever plugged this back in had it backwards. because the keyboard on the other one was spun this way. That's interesting. With the red on top. Remember I mentioned that when I was unplugging the other one? So I don't know if somebody worked on this and did a bad... Look at that. Oh, that is nasty. Well, I have a project C64 to work on to fix. We'll put this over here. Again, this was one I hadn't opened. Oh my goodness, this is weird. This is different layout. It's a 1982. This is an entire year earlier. This is an early one, everybody. It probably still will boot. Yeah, we need to see what's... Ooh! Little spider. I don't know if you can see that crawling. Very tiny. He was inside there, I think. Little orb weaver with the big back end. I'm gonna let him go. Let him go do his thing. He's too tiny to bite me anyway. Gotta debug it. You win the night, Notable Joe. That was great. and Garand, great minds think alike. With cool and old school bug. Well done, both of you. That's hilarious. I'm sorry I disturbed that poor little spider. Alright, yeah, this is disgusting. This one's gonna need a full cleaning. There is like a film all over the entire board. This might have had water damage. I don't know if you can tell. I mean, the rust is a giveaway that there was water inside. But, I mean, you can literally stick these things in a bathtub, scrub them with a toothbrush, use soap and water on them, like mild soap obviously, and let them completely dry, and they'll run. So, this is wild though. Like, this is, I think, the earliest one I've ever opened. So, oh, like, that needs to be cleaned too. There's a very dark, coming off of the power switch. It's extremely dark there. Okay. Get a good look at the mess. I kind of want to... This one, obviously, too, someone had opened because there's no shield. I want to pop this off. Let's see. There's my... Here, I gotta grab a better screwdriver if it's... I do have one little one upstairs. A flathead. Like, this one's kind of flimsy, but... I don't want to use the case as my bracing point. Don't worry, I've had my shots. Touching rusty metal. Come on. There. A little dirty underneath, but the rust is mostly on the top. That is a ceramic one. I think it is just water that got in here and caused some devastation, because the doesn't look like it's coming from any of the capacitors or anything. Let's take it out all the way. The rust is on the lid. Yeah, that's true. I mean, it is on the lid and not inside. Oh. Oh, the rust. So grimy. Why do I like doing this again? Just kidding. It's always fun. There. Hey, Dennis Dobbins. Oh, there's an ad. We could always still plug this in and try the dead test and see if it magically works. I'm gonna plug it in. I mean, we got the new brick. It should, if there's anything really weird going on with the power, it'll be protected enough where it's not gonna be a problem. Put the video in first. Turn that back on. That's kind of weird. There. Okay. New brick on. I'm gonna lean back. Yeah. We are not getting video. Right, powering off, powering that off, unplugging, and I'm gonna apply some pressure to the chips because the socketed ones might have they might not be in all the way. I can always pull them out too and put them back in. We'll see. That one did move on the corner. Funny, none of the RAM is socketed. Right. And this time, while it's running, I'll see if any of them are getting really hot. Any of the chips. You got to fix a Vectrex and all the chips needed reseating. Yeah. Those Vectrex displays are so cool. Alright, here we go. Oh. Did that wrong, or let me turn on the new brick. Here. See the new brick here? Anything this time? Usually it goes right to a black screen, then shows the video, so our buddy... I think this chip is definitely bad. It does not look happy. I could probably swap the one from the good one and put it in there. I'm interested. Let's see. Let me get my little chip pulling tool here. I have a couple choices. for pulling this. Let's see. Got it. A little bit of bent pin on the end. Okay. I think it'll be okay. I just gotta be careful. Let me go grab the other one. Little flower hitched a ride. Oh, see, look how much nicer this one. Look at the differences in the boards. 1982, 1983, both Commodore 64s. Pretty wild. Yeah, that's a revision A. And this is a revision C. So we're talking very early. If I can get this one to work, I'm going to be really happy, to be honest. There we go. Gotcha. More sharp metal. Hey there, Maggie on CeeLo. Welcome. Alright, so workings video chip. We're gonna take it out of here, risk busting it, but just gonna have to be careful. You can already tell how different it looks than this old ceramic one. I think I actually have some chips that can be coated as SID chips that I got from, it's a long story, but alright, let's try and go perfectly straight up. Are you doing this? That was good. Not a single bent pin. Beautiful. Right. And then here, we're gonna go put this, I'm gonna hold on to this. We'll put this away and come back and stick it in there. Hi there, Matrix Omega. Also, hi to anyone on YouTube. The new brick is powered down. There's no power going to here, even though I'm... Alright, just to be paranoid, let's unplug it. Popping a chip in. There's the little clippy. Yes, it goes this way. I'll just use my fingers. Y'all like how I have to close one eye? I'm getting old. The blast from the past, yeah. Where's my wrist strap? My wrist strap is you touch the metal. I do have one. But if you touch metal before doing this kind of thing, you're fine. Ooh. Oh no, I got thermal paste on my fingers. Ew, ew, ew. Killing me. Okay. She's in. I'm gonna go clean my fingers in a minute, but let's try it. Got it back on. Bad chip on the first one. But is it gonna actually boot? Okay, we are getting video though. We're getting a video signal. But there's probably another bad chip going on here. Interesting. Yeah, this one's gonna be a project. Put the dead test in just to see if it'll give me any feedback. Put it in for a minute. There. Gonna give us anything? No, we definitely have other things going on with this one. Actually, I'm seeing some oh, and we have a flashing screen. So yeah, there's alright, let me power down before I start putting my fingers near it. Let's get this out of here. Okay. So one thing I just noticed, and I think it was like this before, I just didn't see it. Let me turn off that so you can see. I see damage right here. There's those are blackened. I don't know if they popped or what. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot to look at on this one, and I do want to desolder that and reveal the shield, but it's already kind of late tonight. I'm not going to do that for this one because we know we have a good one there, and then I still want to test the one that's already in the VIC-20 case that I think I'm going to use. So let me pull this chip back out and put it back in the good one. Down there. Oh no. The shield wall is closer to the chip on this one, and this chip is longer. This is gonna make it difficult to pull. That's annoying. No, don't bend the pins. Ooh, I bent one badly. No, no, no. Silly Ari. I'm gonna have to do that under a microscope. I'm creating problems for myself. Alright, I can fix that though. I'm no stranger to bent pins. Usually it's on a 46 chip, but not that. Alright, I'll get that one fixed later. Let's test the other machine before I create more problems for myself. So this is option 3. This is the one we had spent some time with on that other stream that I did. My hands are gross now. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna fire this one up and see how it goes. This one is, again, 1983. A Rev B though, not a Rev C. So the one that's working totally fine, that I just bent a pin on the chip from, is the latest one that I have, the Rev C. So that probably makes sense, I guess. That it would be the one that just still works fine. But let's find out how this one's doing. I'm just going to try powering on it first. New brick is still plugged in. Let me turn on Elgato. Ad's about to start, but let's do this first. Wait, why is the Elgato black screen? Uh-oh. Oh no. We have two that are down. This one's not powering up. Dang it. Well, at least, so it might end up being the motherboard from there that I used for the project, but I want at least 2 good working machines here. So, that light goes off. There we go. Let's peel this one off too. Just take a look at the chip. Doing this stuff while live is a bit of a challenge. It's like, I'm already trying to be careful, but when it comes to having a whole bunch of people watch you and then you don't want to mess up a piece of retro tech while live, that's for sure. There we go. Try to brace it against the right kind of object. Sweet. It's crazy how different all the different revolutions of the boards are. Pretty wild, actually. So regardless, do I even have my needle nose down here? I think my needle nose pliers are upstairs. I really need to fix this one pin, because I might as well try it in this board too. True, it was kind of letting a bit of a signal through. No bend pins. Sorry, I just realized I left the Elgato on, so you didn't see me pull that, but... Oh yes, you did. It was in the bottom. There. But that one looks good. No issues getting that one off. But it's likely a busted one. Alright, let me go grab my needle nose pliers so I can bend that pin back, and then we're gonna try it in this board. Be right back. Here, maybe I should just stand and do this where you can see what I'm doing. See? Good bend. See, internal pressure. Breathe. Not bad. That might do it. I want to get here down a little bit. Did the playlist go all the way through? I think it did. Because I was too worried about holding it tight. Well, all right. So this is the good one. Good chip. Right, gentle pushes. The marker is pointing up there, so it's going in the right direction. And oh my gosh. I'm offset. No. This is why you shouldn't do this live. I should have my head like right up in there so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. I'm literally putting it in the wrong slots. Grr. Did you all let me work on your machine? Okay. All right, no harm done. That was just... Need to check the holes. Make sure I'm getting it in the right hole. There. Your tail get in the way. Good? Are we good? Good. Rock solid. All right. Where'd my power plug go? Hey, Ramar. Welcome. Your PTSD is flaring up. Watch the pins. Sorry. I'm gonna... Thermal paste isn't toxic, is it? All right, let's turn the Elgato back on. Let's see what we see. 3, 2, 1, contact. Now remember, this board was not functioning, but this chip is the good chip. It should... Nothing? Just seeing if anything's hot. Probably take a while before it got really hot. The chip's in there correctly. You bum machines. This one's gonna require more diagnostic stuff. I know I can get my multimeter out. I know I can check the power rails, but obviously we're getting power because the screen's changing. But whether or not the signal's getting through to the RAM and getting through the PAL chip and all that, we have one. If I want to complete the project and do this, I could just use the one that I know is functional. So at least I've answered the questions I wanted to answer tonight on these 3 machines. I know that my Rev C board is the good one, totally functional. And then these can be repair machines that I do on a stream or that I just record working on. and then turn into videos with the highlights. So I wasn't even originally planning to stream tonight, but I was messing around with getting everything set up here, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just go live and make sure I know which computer I can use for the project. Actually, I better power this off. Well, you know what? Wait, now that it's been running for, let's do that. Check for heat again. Nothing's overly warm. Pros use their hands. Heat sensors are so this century. Yeah, this is C64 number 3 from tonight's stream. If you want to watch the VOD, I am gonna edit this and put it as a shorter video on YouTube. But if you all enjoyed this and you like my retro content, go follow me on YouTube. Subscribe there. I put a video out on Monday night all about the Vintage Computer Festival Midwest that I attended. I was an exhibitor there. I had my 48060 X250 playing Wing Commander 1 and 2 for people, and then a Pentium 200 that was set up to do Wing Commander 3 and 4. And I had a whole bunch of information about the games and why they were important to driving home computing technology and getting people to buy new sound cards and stuff, because that's what Chris Roberts has a knack for, is getting us all to spend more money. So but yeah, the experience there was amazing. It was so much fun, and I talk a lot about being an exhibitor and some of the YouTubers that are way more famous and have way more viewers than I do that came by and talked to me, and it was fun. So if you want to go watch that when the stream's done, which I'm gonna wrap up here in just a few minutes, I am a little tempted to swap this out to see if this board will work with just this chip replaced. If you all want to hang out for a few more minutes, I could do that real quick. Let's see. No one is more famous than me, yeah, right? Thanks, Notable Joe. But, ooh, I'm gonna get thermal paste on my dress if I'm not careful. By the way, just an example. Retro Alcove hoodies. There's Retro Alcove coffee mugs that are black with that logo on it, and they look amazing. I have a 15-ounce one. I love it. So do exclamation point merch if you want to get that logo on anything. It's kind of a nondescript retro PC that has little aspects of a whole bunch of different retro PCs in it, so I don't get sued. But it was an original design by Mellow Graphics, who does my emotes and stuff. So, all right, let's see. I think if I can pull that chip out of this other machine, we'll see if it works. So this is the good board that we had no issues with. So this MOS chip was, oh, same manufacture time. Never mind. I read the wrong one. So this one's March of '84, and this one is December of '84. Okay. So we think potentially this one's bad, and this one I know is good. So here we go. We're gonna pull chips again, potentially bending pins. Be careful. As that lands on my toe. Smooth and straight. Smooth and straight. Beautiful. Okay, so this one potentially bad, but making a mess. Right. This motherboard, it is wild. I mean, you can just tell the different, look at the difference in color of these boards. This is the Rev C again, so much later. Well, not much later. Things were just moving so fast back then. The changes. Nice. That was perfect. Mm. Hey, what do y'all think the odds are that this one's gonna power up now and work fine? Don't bounce. In there all the way. Okay. Power on the new brick. Here we go. Let's turn on the Elgato. Anything? Okay, so this one must have something else going on, maybe in the RAM or something. Because that is 2 good chips there. And again, I think it's useless to put the dead test chip or cartridge in, but let's try it anyway. A little bit of rockabilly music going on. Okay, here we go. Archon, I freaking love Archon Battle Chess. That was a great game. It shouldn't be an Elgato issue. I was just checking the connection there because I did kind of step over there earlier. Try it again. And again, this is the Rev B that did not respond. The board over here is the one that we had no issues with. But these are the 2 chips from that board. That's what we've been doing. Question. I've never tried that. My favorite C64 game of all time, I've played it on stream a lot, is Gorf. I am really good at Gorf. That single shot to kill the mothership is one of the most satisfying things in gaming of my life. I freaking love that moment where, especially if you do it really early, like take 1 shot to get an opening, and if you somehow hit it on the next shot, which I've done before, it is amazing. Like perfect timing. Gorf is a great game. Yeah, so this is not happening. This one's not happy. Ooh. Wait. This one's very hot. That is really, yeah. Okay. This chip, it's a moss chip too. Moss chips are known for kind of going bad. Yep, I think that's the culprit. It may be more than one issue, but this is a little hot too. Oh, let me turn off. Sorry. So, this is hot. And this one. Yeah, those are hot to the touch. Oh no, Christian. So, one of the things I was still... My dad passed away last year, but I always told him I was upset with him still for making me give my Commodore... Or, sorry, my Laser 128 Apple IIe compatible machine. It was one of those luggables with a handle. He talked me into giving it to my half uncle and half aunt, who are actually younger than me because my grandpa remarried and he had kids again, and they didn't have a computer, so we were getting another machine, and my dad was like, "Well, you don't need that one anymore, then, right?" And I'm like, "But I love that machine." So I have a Commodore or a Laser 128 back here that's another project. It's got broken keys and a bunch of other things that I'm gonna try and restore to try and get my machine back. But we give them my software too. Like I had a bunch of great stuff for a Laser 128, and I miss it. So, but yeah, the Laser, and it was a 128EX, and this one is a 128. So I'm still... There was one I looked at the show I was thinking about buying, but at that point my phone literally died at the show and my screen was dead. So I was like, I'm gonna have to spend like $800 on a new phone. So I didn't spend the money on it, but one of these days I'll get a 128EX again. Anyway, let's power down. I think I should just pull these chips. Might as well do it while you all are watching. You can see the drama if I mess up. So this should be the good one. Oh, here, let's just unplug this, even though the new brick's powered off. There's no power going through this line, but... And pull. Okay, there. Oh, she's fine. Let's get the chip out too. Okay, so good chips will go in the center here. Alright, one more time for this chip. I gave a headache tonight with a bent pin. That was better. I think it's okay. Alright. Let's put them back in the good one and make sure the good machine is still working. That I haven't created worse problems for myself. So again, this is the VIC-20 case, you know, the white case that I'm gonna end up using for this project and put a custom C64 build. We're gonna get the good one back together, make sure it's still good, and then call it a night. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. light bend on one pin. There. Okay. And if you're ever putting chips in, a little marker at the top, you see that little half oval? It's not going to focus, I don't think. There's a little half oval near my pointing finger at the top of the screen. There is not that half oval on the bottom, so that goes this way. That's how you know which way to put it in. I mean, they're all lining up still. Come on. I feel like one is still bent slightly, but I'm not. Yep. I am top there. It usually is the ones on the ends that get a slight bend when you pull a chip. There. There's something about working on these machines. It's so, I don't know. It's so fun. Because they're more simple, you know? You can actually repair them. Again, where is the little marker? There it is. There we go. Let's fire it up. Make sure it's still good. So this will be the one I use, I think, to turn into a pink and white keyboard. New brick on. All right, here we go. This should power on fine. I did not damage anything using those, pulling those two chips out and using them in the other boards. We are good. All right, so I'll run the dead test one more time too. And we should get no issues on this machine. We'll just let this run as my truss falls off. Oh, this was fun. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I know exactly which machine to use. I can just take this one out of here, get it in that VIC-20 case, and start popping the keys on the keyboard. Actually, I can pop the keys on the keyboard without even swapping things yet, but doing the RAM test, I think. The screen will go black or all white for a little bit and then come back. I'm so happy. One good machine. We don't know if the game ports are good or not, but obviously I have, you know, 3 machines here. If either of those game ports are bad, you can always swap one. So Winamp is old. I've been joking with my friends a lot lately because I've been wearing pigtails and have been like adopting like a much younger looking style and everything, and it's totally because of how old I'm getting. I'm refusing to look like an old soccer mom. No thank you. I'm a 70s baby. You all forget that. I was born in the 1970s. These days, I don't know, there's a lot of ways to kind of keep your youth, keep your skin looking youthful. Alright, so I think the dead test is cycling now and starting over. So we are good. This machine will be good. And I can use it for the project. Alright, but I'm gonna start wrapping up here. We're gonna find someone to raid. Anyway, you all are great. I had a lot of fun doing this. It's always fun to hang out with people while working on this stuff. This is my little Bluetooth keyboard. I freaking love this thing, and it works anywhere in the room. So let's do... There we go, Kelsar Prime. Yep. Alright, everyone go tell Kelsar Prime I said hello. I'm gonna go eat right away, so I might pop in and just say hi, but as usual, I'm on a weird food schedule. All I've eaten today is yogurt and granola and some chocolate. Oh, and I have a reminder to take some medication, so I gotta go do that. Alright everybody, love you all. It was so much fun. We will see you next time, and go follow my YouTube, subscribe there please, watch the latest video. It is a fun one with the Vintage Computer Festival. Alright, see y'all next time. I'm gonna go to the ending screen and then we're gonna raid out. Bye! Thank you for the support and the subs tonight. See you next time.